welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about change, how important it is, and how naturally things are changing in our life in every day. So let's start it from we all are born as baby, and the moment we die, we are a whole new different person. Remember, when we are born, we cannot speak, we cannot laugh. Then we start to speak. We learn to communicate, to read, write. Then you become a fully grown up person. Then when we grow old, a lot of people no longer can hear, or they can see, or can remember. Some people. Society is very concentrated and obsessed with the idea of teenagers because there is a lot of change happening in the physical and inside world. But that's not the only stage when things happen and things change in being human. Like I said, being a human, it means you are constantly changing. Even when you become 20, even when you become a parent, even when you find your career, even when you have bought your home, even when you are successful, even when you become rich or successful, you will change. Change is a very natural part of process, but the way how today's society or people have been telling to us, it has made us scared. The clothes that you have bought a few years ago, the shoes that you were buying a few years ago, they don't even fit you no more, or you no longer wear them because you are not the same person. Again, you will change when you get 30, you will change in 35, you will change when you get 45, you will change when you be 55, and you will change when you grow old. You will change again. You will be a whole new person. Personally, I have a list of the new things that I try every day. New foods when I watch a new show, or the way how I react to different situations or to different people. Every time I see, when I catch myself doing something differently, because now it has become very like a pattern to me. I have a list of the new things that I try daily. So the moment when a big change is coming to my life, like a new career, or I don't know, new workplace, wherever, it's going to be very natural for me. There are two kinds of change: inside internal change and outside change. Inside change come when you go to a therapist, when you do your inner work, shadow work, when you connect with your emotions, when you speak loudly your emotions, when you make peace with your past, you make peace with yourself, you go see a therapist, you pray. You are changing. What you are doing. You are changing yourself. You are changing your pattern, and then it comes the physical change, which I think is the hardest one because it requires even the inside job, even outside job. You have to change the way you also see the world. You have to change everything, and that's why it's so hard that sometimes we step back because we have to be a whole new person. But the thing is, we are a whole new person almost every day. You can say, but there are people who have been in 30 years in a relationship. Yes, and I think that's a great example because these people are not the same couple that they meet 30 years ago. They are two whole different persons that have been growing up each other, and they love and communicate in a whole new different level that they used to communicate and love each other 30 years ago. See, the way parents love and treat the first child is not the same with the second, with the third, and it's definitely not the same with their grandchildren. Again, you can be in this workplace with your partner, living in this neighbor for a lifetime. Again, you will not be the same person that you are 30 when you are 60 and when you are 80. You will see the world from a different perspective. You will be more wise. You will be a whole new different person. And that's why the reason why sometimes after long friendships or relationships or workplaces, people leave because like they have outgrown so much that there is nothing that no longer connects them with this version of themselves, and the other person be like, what happened? They have outgrown the environment, the workplace, the relationship. They have been reborn like a whole new person. That's why they no longer can be there. Personally, I used to be so afraid, so terrified of change. I didn't want it. I wanted to have on control everything and everyone. I was so afraid. I was so terrified. Why? Because the way the people were showing up to me, it was so scary. And I was so terrified. I didn't want it to be uncomfortable. I didn't want to face uncomfortable. I didn't want to grow up. I wanted to stay where I was. I was very happy, very satisfied. Till I realized that life does not care. Life, universe, God, whatever you want to believe it, whatever you want to call it, is gonna force you to change. You can be in your home, in your own. Something's gonna happen, and you're gonna change. You may be scrolling. You may be just scrolling, and you're gonna see something, and it's gonna trigger you, and it's gonna plant a seed on the way you see life. Or someone is gonna call you and is gonna tell you some news or some kind of thing, and the way that you were seeing your life and the way that you were seeing the world is going to change. So make peace with it, accept that it's part of all the process, it's the part of being human. Because even physically we change, we become this version, we grow, we are healthy. Then a lot of people, when you grow old, you start losing sight, you will not listen, etc., etc. You do not change only when you are a teenager. That's a very important part. I totally agree. But that's not the only thing. Even your 20s is going to be horrible. Even in your 30s are going to be horrible. Even your 40s, even your 50s, 60s. Your body will change constantly. Your body will change constantly. First of all, your body, your skin is going to change. Your hair is going to change. You're going to see yourself in the mirror and the clothes will no longer fit. You're going to see, you're going to open your social media, you will see your friends. They are your family. You open and you will realize your family is far away, your siblings far away. So do not be afraid or terrified of change. Do not try to push it away. Of it's part of our life. The moment that you notice it, that it's everywhere, the moment you watch a new show, the moment you try a new food, the moment that you go out and you talk to a stranger, the moment you do something new that you have never done before, that is practically you are changing. So when the big change comes in your life, you know very well that this also is part of the process. It's a very natural thing, and you should not hold yourself, step back, or be terrified. You should fully embrace it, because where you are staying, it's done. There is nothing for you there. It's done. You have outgrown the place. The place is shutting down. There is no more room. There is no more space. So when the opportunity, sometimes when new people opportunity are looking in your life, it means that the old you is gone. And that's why some people are so stuck and so terrified, because they refuse to change, they refuse to go back, they refuse to go forward, and they are trying to be back, to hold back, but there's nothing holding back. That's why some people are so stuck and they're not moving forward. They are terrified, they will still want the thing. Our life is very short, you know. Some people don't even make it till they grow old. And our future is unsure for a lot of us. We don't know what's going to happen after 10 years, tomorrow, after 1 week. And we have no other, and unfortunately, we have no other thing to do than to accept it. So the same thing goes with change. Sometimes you have to let them know, tell you where you are going to be your, to be your guide. You have to let the flow to take you to your destination, even though for you it seems insane and have no sense. Also, you can also seek change for yourself. The moment you are unsatisfied, unhappy how life is going, you can seek your change from yourself, and you can also make your change in your life. Remember, it does not only happen from, not always the world is going to come and change you. Sometimes you can also change yourself. If you are unhappy, unsatisfied, we all have that power. So since 25, it was really hard for us, all of us, even for me. And you know what I realized this year, that if I did not reject it to change, if I was not holding myself back down, if I was gonna fully embrace change, I would have not struggled and suffered so much in my life. So the more that you make peace with change, that is a very natural process in our life, the easier your life is gonna be. You will focus and energy in your life in something else. I see so many people online that oh, remember when you used to be. That's it. You enjoy life, you embrace it fully, and you let it go. Remember, one day we all are going from this world. Whether again we like it or not, it's not up to our hands. Sometimes we think that we are this powerful and we can change, but sometimes we forget that we are temporary. So embrace fully change. Embrace the cycle of lives. Do not overthink it. Do your best. Thank you.